I'm about to save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of heartbreak. There are certain cars that mechanics absolutely refuse to buy used, and after talking to dozens of technicians across the country, I've compiled the definitive list of vehicles you should never touch on the used market. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Gearhead Garage. Today, we're going deep into the cars that will drain your wallet faster than you can say, check engine light. These aren't just unreliable cars, these are financial disasters waiting to happen. We're talking $5,000 to $15,000 in repairs within the first year of ownership. I've talked to mechanics, analyzed reliability data, read thousands of owner complaints, and the results are clear. If you're shopping for a used car and you see any of these on your list, run the other direction. Hit that subscribe button because this information could literally save you from financial ruin. Let's get into it. Starting off strong with what mechanics call the money pit, any BMW X5 or X6 equipped with the N63 twin-turbo V8 engine from 2008 to around 2016. This engine is legendary for all the wrong reasons. The N63 is BMW's 4.4-litre twin-turbocharged V8, and on paper, it sounds amazing. Over 400 horsepower, smooth power delivery, impressive performance. In reality, it's an absolute nightmare that's so problematic. BMW had to issue a customer care package in 2015 just to deal with all the lawsuits and complaints. The problems are endless. First up, catastrophic oil consumption. These engines burn through oil like it's going out of style. We're not talking about adding a quart between oil changes, we're talking about needing multiple quarts every few thousand miles. Some engines with only 28,000 miles had to be completely replaced because they consumed so much oil they destroyed themselves. The valve stem seals leak, the turbochargers fail, the timing chain stretches and jumps teeth, causing the valves to bend and the engine to catastrophically fail, often without warning. 1 minute you're driving fine, the next minute your $60,000 BMW is dead on the side of the road with a destroyed engine. The fuel injectors fail early, sometimes within the first 20,000 to 30,000 miles. Each OEM injector costs over $400, and you've got 8 of them. Do the math, that's $3,200 just for parts, not including labor. Then there's the carbon buildup issue. Because it's a direct injection engine, carbon accumulates on the intake valves. You need walnut blasting every 50,000 to 75,000 miles at $350 to $400 a pop just to keep it running decently. The high-pressure fuel pump fails. The coolant leaks into the V of the engine because of the hot V design where the turbos sit. The engine overheats. The list goes on and on. The cost, if you need a timing chain replacement, you're looking at $1,600 to $1,800 minimum. Engine replacement? Some mechanics report $8,500 for every manufactured engine, plus installation. Complete valve stem seal replacement requires dropping the entire engine from the vehicle. That's $5,000 to $9,000 in labor alone. Which years to avoid? Any BMW from 2008 to 2014 with the N63 engine. This includes the E71 X6 xDrive 50, i20082014, F01 F02750, i2009 2012, 550 models 20102012, E70 X5 xDrive 50, i2011 2012, and F12 F13650, i2011 2013. BMW released technical updates in 2012, 2016, and 2018 trying to fix the problems. The newer N63 TU3 engines from 2018 onward are significantly better, but by then the damage to BMW's reputation was done. The verdict: unless you're a BMW enthusiast with deep pockets and a high tolerance for pain, stay far away from any used BMW with the early N63 engine. There's a reason these depreciate so heavily, nobody wants to deal with the repair bills. Next up, we have an entire brand to avoid: Nissan vehicles equipped with CVT transmissions, specifically from 2013 to 2018. This is one of the biggest automotive disasters of the last decade. Nissan's continuously variable transmission, or CVT, has been plagued with problems so severe that there have been multiple class action lawsuits, hundreds of thousands of complaints, and Nissan has paid out millions in settlements. Despite all this, they still put these transmissions in newer models. The CVT nightmare. The problems are widespread and catastrophic. Owners report shuddering, jerking, lurching, hesitation, loss of power, overheating, complete transmission failure, and all of this happening at dangerously low mileages. According to the Automobile Protection Association in Canada, Nissan's CVT failure rate during the warranty period and shortly after was nearly 6%. That's absolutely unacceptable. For context, a well-engineered transmission should have a failure rate under 1%. The root cause: the CVT cooler can't keep the transmission fluid cool enough. Without proper cooling, the transmission overheats, the fluid breaks down, and the entire system fails. Some owners report transmission failures as early as 30,000 to 60,000 miles. Which models are affected? Basically every Nissan with a CVT from this era. 2013, 2017 Nissan Sentra, 2013, 2015 Nissan Altima, especially bad 2014, 2018 Nissan Rogue, 2015, 2018 Nissan Pathfinder, 2014, 2018 Nissan Versa, 2013, 2018 Nissan Maxima. The 2013 to 2015 Altimas are particularly notorious. Consumer Reports listed 5 Nissans in their top 10 cars with the most transmission problems, and all 5 were CVT-equipped models. The symptoms: your car feels sluggish during acceleration, the transmission slips and can't maintain power, you feel shaking or vibrations through the steering wheel, floor, or seat, the car struggles to maintain speed, especially going uphill, there's a burning smell, the check engine light comes on with transmission codes. If you're unlucky, the transmission goes into limp mode or fails completely, leaving you stranded. The cost: Nissan extended the CVT warranty to 10 years or 120,000 miles for some affected vehicles. But that only helps if you're still within that window. If not, a CVT replacement costs $1,500 to $4,000 depending on the model. And here's the kicker: even if Nissan replaces your CVT under warranty, the new one often has the same design flaws. Owners report needing multiple transmission replacements on the same vehicle. The verdict: avoid these Nissans like the plague. If you absolutely must buy one, make sure the CVT has been replaced recently and that it's still under Nissan's extended warranty. Better yet, find a different car entirely. There are plenty of reliable options out there that won't leave you stranded with a $3,000 repair bill. Number 3 might surprise you because these are some of the most desirable luxury SUVs on the market, but that's exactly the trap. Range Rovers and Land Rovers are automotive money pits disguised as prestige symbols. The reliability disaster. According to RepairPool, Land Rover ranks 31st out of 32 brands for reliability. That's second to last. The Range Rover specifically has a reliability rating of 2.0 out of 5.0, ranking at 15th out of 19 for luxury full-size SUVs. For 2026, Land Rover ranks dead last 30th place in overall brand reliability. The average annual repair cost for a Land Rover is $1,170 compared to $650 for all vehicles. And that's just the average. Many Range Rover owners spend $3,000 to $5,000 or more per year on repairs. Range Rover owners have to bring their vehicles in for unscheduled repairs 0.6 to 0.7 times per year on average. And when they do need repairs, there's a 16% to 19% chance it's going to be a severe, expensive problem. The common problems: air suspension failures are endemic. The air suspension system is complex, expensive, and fails regularly. Replacement can cost $2,000 to $4,000 per corner. Electrical gremlins everywhere. Owners report constant electrical malfunctions, infotainment systems that freeze or crash, sensors that fail, warning lights that come on for no reason, and systems that just stop working randomly. Engine problems including oil leaks, coolant leaks, timing chain issues, and complete engine failures on some models. Suspension problems beyond just the air system bushings, control arms, and other components wear out prematurely. Transmission issues, especially in older models. Sunroof leaks, tailgate leaks, basically leaks everywhere. Which models are worst? The 2006 to 2013 Range Rovers are considered the absolute worst due to recurring problems across the board. The 2011 model year in particular had severe suspension faults and parking brake issues. The 2018 model year is also terrible, plagued by suspension and infotainment problems. Avoid the Range Rover Sport from 2006 to 2013, as well same platform, same problems. The slightly better years, if you absolutely must buy used Range Rover, stick to 2016 to 2019 models, or the newest 2024 to 2025 models. The 2007 to 2009 third-generation Range Rovers are considered the most reliable of the older models, though that's a very low bar. The trap. Here's why people still buy them. Used Range Rovers depreciate massively. A $90,000 Range Rover from 2016 might be selling for $30,000 to $40,000 now. It seems like a steal. You're getting a luxury SUV with all the features for a fraction of the original price. But there's a reason for that depreciation. The original owners got out before the major repair bills started hitting. Now you're buying someone else's future problem. The verdict: unless you're leasing a brand new Range Rover with a full warranty, or you have a dedicated repair budget of $3,000 to $5,000 per year that you're comfortable spending, do not buy used Range Rover. The prestige is not worth the financial pain. Buy a Lexus GX or LX instead. Similar luxury, a fraction of the problems. Number 4 is the Jeep Cherokee, equipped with the ZF 9-speed automatic transmission from 2014 to 2018. This transmission is so bad, it makes Nissan's CVT look good by comparison. The 9-speed disaster. When Jeep introduced the redesigned Cherokee in 2014, they paired it with a new 9-speed automatic transmission that was supposed to be smooth and efficient. Instead, it became one of the most hated transmissions in automotive history. The problem started immediately. Owners reported harsh shifting, hesitation, jerking, lurching, refusing to shift, getting stuck in gear, stalling, and complete transmission failures. Jeep issued multiple software updates trying to fix it. They released technical service bulletins. They extended warranties. Nothing fully resolved the issues. Some owners had their transmissions reprogrammed 5, 6, 7 times and still had problems. The symptoms. The Cherokee hesitates when you try to accelerate from a stop. There's a delay of 1-2 seconds before it decides to move. This is dangerous when pulling out into traffic. The transmission hunts for gears constantly. It can't decide what gear it wants to be in, so it shifts up and down repeatedly, making the car feel jerky and unrefined. Harsh shifts that jolt the entire vehicle. You feel like you're being rear-ended every time it changes gears. In some cases, the transmission goes into limp mode and won't shift out of lower gears, severely limiting speed and power. Complete transmission failure requiring replacement, and even the replacement transmissions often have the same issues. Which models to avoid? Any 2014 to 2018 Jeep Cherokee with the 9-speed automatic transmission. The 4-cylinder models are particularly bad because the engine doesn't have enough power to mask the transmission's deficiencies. Jeep made some improvements over the years, and the 2019 Plus models are better. But the 2014 to 2018 years are the ones to avoid. The cost. If the software updates and reprogramming don't fix it, and they often don't, you're looking at a full transmission replacement. That's $3,500 to $5,500, depending on whether you go with a remanufactured or new unit. And here's the problem: even a replacement transmission might not solve the issue if the fundamental design is flawed. The verdict. The Jeep Cherokee from these years is a gamble. Some owners get lucky and have minimal issues. Others end up with a lemon that spends more time at the dealer than in their driveway. Why risk it? There are plenty of other compact SUVs that don't have these problems. Rounding out the list at number 5 is the Chrysler 200 from 2015 to 2017. This car was so bad that Chrysler killed it after just 3 years on the market. That should tell you everything you need to know. Why it failed. The redesigned 2015 Chrysler 200 was supposed to compete with the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. It had nice styling, a decent interior, and Chrysler marketed it heavily. But underneath the surface, it was a disaster. The problems. Transmission issues. Shocker. Another Chrysler or Jeep with transmission problems. The 9-speed automatic in the 200 had the same issues as the Cherokee. Harsh shifts, hesitation, stalling, failures. Electrical problems galore. The infotainment system crashes and freezes constantly. The touchscreen becomes unresponsive. The backup camera stops working. Sensors fail randomly. Engine stalling. Multiple owners report the engine just shutting off while driving, sometimes at highway speeds. That's terrifying and dangerous. Poor build quality. Squeaks, rattles, trim pieces falling off, cheap interior materials that wear out quickly. Oil consumption issues on the 4-cylinder engine. Some owners report burning a quart of oil every 1,000 miles. Suspension problems, including premature wear of bushings and control arms. The depreciation. The Chrysler 200 depreciates faster than almost any car on the market. A 2015 model that sold for $25,000 new might be worth $6,000 to $8,000 now. That massive depreciation reflects the fact that nobody wants these cars. The verdict, even at bargain bin prices. The Chrysler 200 from 2015 to 2017 is not worth buying. The reliability is questionable, the resale value is terrible, and parts might become harder to find as the car ages. For the same money, you can buy a slightly older Honda Accord or Toyota Camry that will be infinitely more reliable. Quick honorable mentions: cars that didn't make the main list but deserve a warning. Volkswagen Audi with DSG transmission 2008-2015. The dual-clutch automatic transmission in these cars has widespread issues with mechatronic unit failures costing $3,000 plus. Ford Focus or Fiesta with powershift transmission 2001-2016. Ford's dual-clutch disaster. Shuddering, slipping, failures, multiple class action lawsuits. Mini Cooper S2007-2013. Timing chain issues, turbo failures, electrical problems. Expensive to fix, parts are pricey. Dodge Journey in a year. Just no terrible reliability, cheap build quality, outdated design. Fiat 500-2001-2019. Cute but catastrophically unreliable. Transmission failures, electrical issues, engine problems. Look, I know some of you watching this own these cars and haven't had problems. That's great, you're one of the lucky ones. But the data doesn't lie. These vehicles have widespread, documented, expensive reliability issues that make them terrible used car purchases for most people. The common theme here: avoid problematic transmissions, Nissan CVTs, ZF 9 speeds, Ford powershift. Avoid early versions of complex European engines like BMW's N63, and avoid brands with terrible reliability track records like Land Rover. If you're shopping for a used car, stick with proven reliability: Honda, Toyota, Lexus, Mazda. Even certain Fords, Chevys, and Hyundai are solid if you get the right model and year. Do your research. Check reliability ratings. Get a PI purchase inspection. And if you see any of the cars on today's list, remember this video and walk away. If this saved you from making an expensive mistake, smash that like button. Subscribe for more honest car buying advice. Drop a comment if you've owned any of these cars. I want to hear your horror stories. I'll see you in the next one.